What's up, guys, girls? Rob here. Quick statement. Judge rules to make sure the soccer women make the same amount as the soccer men nationally. This could ruin women's sports, and I'll tell you why. Let's say the WNBA gets a wild hair and decides, guess what? We're not making enough money. Let's go take the 20 average salaries in the NBA, put them together. All right, we think we should make it. How long are you going to stay in business, WNBA? How long? You'll be in business a week, and every team is going to fold. That's the way it's going to be. Women's Soccer League. They draw decent crowds, yes. But they're not drawing crowds like the MLS, the Major League Soccer. They're just not. If they demand to make the same amount as an average MLS player, the women's professional soccer league in the United States is going to fold. It's just going to. They do not get the same fan base. Yeah, oh yeah, some games they get 10,000, 12,000. Yes, they do. Seattle, Philadelphia, Washington, D.C., New England, Chicago, Orlando. These places are filling them up every time for MLS. They are not filling these places up for the women. I don't care who's playing. They're just not. And they cannot expect to be making the same money as the men in that deal. I'm sorry. It's almost like some of these states that are wanting to force governors to go, let's make the minimum wage $15. Okay. Sounds all well and good. But you know what's going to happen if they force that $15 minimum wage? Half of the people right now making minimum wage are going to be without jobs. Maybe 3/4 of them. You can't afford to keep paying them $15 an hour to work at a McDonald's drive-thru. You just can't do it. The government needs to think before they bounce on some of this crap they do. Yeah, it sounds great. It sounds great. But when you start forcing these places to have to pay this amount, this amount, this amount, they're going to start shutting down. They're going to start closing the doors. You wait and see if this ends up being a snowball effect to where the WNBA says, you know what, we're just not making enough money. You say that one day, and 6 months later, your ass is going to be without, you're not even going to be playing basketball at all. You'll be doing something else. You'll be signing basketballs outside your college you went to. That's what you'll be doing for $5 or whatever, $5 an autograph. That's what you'll be doing, ladies. I'm not taking away from your talents at all, not at all. But when you put this forced thing down, we'll go through a judge and all that. More times than one, it ends up biting you in the butt. And I really believe that's what's going to happen here. At one time, there was going to be a women's softball league, kind of like the Silver Bullets. If you've ever heard of the Silver Bullets, not the most famous thing in the world, but they would go they were a travel softball team. And they would take on baseball teams. And a few of them from the Silver Bullets, right-handed, hit it over into the bay in San Francisco, hit a ball, the same place where Barry Bonds would hit his. Hit softballs over into the bay from the right-handed side and was hitting them that way. I mean, that's, we're talking 475 feet. but they could do it, and they were a show, just like a circus. People would pay a little extra to go to a minor league game, maybe $5 extra, because we're gonna have the Silver Bullets here tonight, and a lot of people would stand, you know, way outside the fences to just so they could get a ball because they knew they were going to fly out that way. Well, the women's league tried that, you know, and thought, well, we could be a travel league as well and do that. And I think it lasted like 3 months. And it was like, okay, you know, the only way they were going to do it is if, you know, and it's sad to say, they were going to be young, blonde, and this and that and all this, and not so much where they could hit the ball. It's sad, true, because people wanted to see them hit the ball out of the park. And that's what the Bullets were doing. The Silver Bullets were hitting the ball out of the park and showing off. And they were pretty much a circus, a traveling circus. And that's the thing. They were able to find their little niche to where they could find enough money to travel here to here to here to here to here to make enough money to eat and travel. I'm sure they didn't make a killing money-wise, but they would always go to different places for what said a contract amount. And then, like I say, then the women tried that. They had their little travel league of 14 players or whatever, and it didn't even last a year. So this thing about the soccer and the equal pay and all that, it sounds great, sounds wonderful, until you start putting it into effect. And if the first time you hear one of these WNBA stars that are really good say, well, we really deserve to be making more money, watch out. Watch out. Then the doors are going to crash on the WNBA, the women's National Soccer League, their league, just like the MLS. If they start demanding we got to make as much as MLS players, they're going to close their doors. They're just going to shut the doors on them. So be careful what you want. Be careful what you wish for. A lot of times you may get it, and then it ends up biting you in your ass. And that's what I'm seeing here. I just think that the women kept pushing and kept pushing and kept pushing these judges around until they finally got what they wanted for the national team. Okay, that's what, 17 women, 16 women, 20 women, whatever. But if it gets carried over to other sports of professionals, you know, the same, it's not going to work. They're not drawing the crowds. They don't have the national interest. They don't have the TV contracts. None of that. And when you don't have all that backing you up to where you can make money, it's going to end up being you're going to fold the tent, you're going to go home, and then you're going to be like, what the hell just happened? And that's what's going to happen. Agree or disagree with me, that's fine. But think about it. After you argue and fuss and bitch so much, it's only so much money out there if you're not filling up a stadium constantly. Okay. My name's Rob. Thanks for listening to my channel. Thanks for watching my stuff. May have some baseball content later today. We'll see. Race again tomorrow if everything goes well. So have a great day. Wash your hands, wash your hands, wash your hands. Like Sean says, wash your hands again. God bless and be safe, guys.